In this video, I'll be using group policy to deploy PDFsam basic. I will deploy it using two different deployment options. One is where we create a group policy for our domain computers, and then the domain computers install the software during startup. Another one is where we create a group policy for our domain users, and then the users themselves can install the software whenever they like. I'm starting this video from my GitHub page, and here you can find more of my videos that are related to this topic. For example, here you can find my Windows Server setup if you're interested in that. And also here you can find videos about extra group policies and settings that I am using when I'm deploying software using group policy. And now I will begin this video by downloading PDFsam installation files, and for that I will use the link that I have here that brings me to the PDFsam download page. And here I will scroll down a bit and I will select the MSI installer, and it should start the download for us. Then I will go to my downloads folder, and here we have our MSI file. And now I will right click on the file, select copy, and then I will go to my VMware workstation where I have my Windows Server setup. I will minimize the server manager for now, and I will move the MSI file to my desktop. And from the desktop we need to move it to a network share that is accessible to our users and computers. And for that I will open File Explorer, and here I will enter my file server name. It's srv02. As you can see, it has a software share. So I will go inside of it, and here I will create another folder, and I will call it PDFsam. I will go inside of the folder and move the MSI into this folder. And here you need to make sure that you have the correct NTFS and share permissions. For example, in my case, if I go to Properties and Security tab, then edit, you can see that I have authenticated users with read permissions for my NTFS permissions, and also I have the same permissions for my share permissions. And authenticated users means that both users and computers are able to access the share and execute files from it. So make sure that you have the correct permissions. Now I will close all the windows here, because we can now start creating our group policy. And for that I will go to my server manager, then tools and group policy management. Then I will right click on group policy objects and select new. And the first policy that I will be creating will be for our domain computers. It's where the software is installed during the startup. So I will name this policy assign PDFsam and click OK. Then I will expand group policy objects, right click on our newly created group policy and select edit. And because this policy is for our computers, we need to go to computer configuration, policies, software settings, and software installation. Then I will right click in this window right here, go to new and select package. Here you need to make sure that you're selecting a file that is located in a file server. For example, if I go to my desktop, it will allow us to select this MSI file, but the installation for our domain computers will fail because they don't have access to this server's desktop. So always make sure that you're selecting a file that is located in a network share that is accessible by the clients. And by clients, I mean users and computers. So to access the share, I will click here, and once again, I will enter the file server name, srv02 for me. Go to the software share, PDFsam folder, and I will select the MSI file. Here I will select Advanced and click OK. Then I will go to Deployment tab, Advanced, and I will select Ignore Language when deploying this package, because I want to deploy it no matter what language is set on the client machines. So I will click OK, and we are done creating our group policy, so I will close this window. Then I will select the group policy here, go to Details tab, and for GPO status I will select User Configuration Settings disabled, because currently this group policy only has computer settings in it. And I will leave all other settings on default, and after creating our group policy we need to assign it to an organization unit that is holding the computers on which we want to install the software. In my case, the organization unit will be here, domain computers 1. So to assign the policy, I will select the policy and hold. Then I will drag and drop it on the organization unit. Here I will click OK, and as you can see, the policy appeared here and also in the list here. And after assigning our group policy, we can go to one of the client machines that is located in this organization unit and see if the group policy is working. So for me, it's this client machine right here, client 01. And here we need to update our group policy. So for that, I will go to my start menu, type in CMD, and I will open it without administrative privileges. Then I will type gp update and press enter. And as you can see here, after successfully updating our group policy, we get this information message right here that is informing us that it detected a software installation package, and for that software to install, we need to reboot the computer. So to restart the computer, I will type shutdown -r -d 0 and press enter. And now let's see what happens. And as you can see here, the computer is informing us that it is currently installing a software package, and it seems that it's done installing it. So now let's sign into the computer. And we have our desktop icon for PDFsam basic here, so I'll double click on it, and it seems to be working just fine. And that's it for creating a group policy that installs software during computer startup. Now let's create another group policy, this time for our domain users. And after creating it, our domain users will be able to install the software themselves whenever they like. So for that, I will go back to my server, right click on group policy objects and select new. This time I will name the policy publish PDFsam and click OK. Then I'll right click on the policy and select edit. And this time, because this policy is for our domain users, we need to go to the user configuration, policies, software settings, and software installation. I will right click in this window, go to new and select package. Once again, make sure that you're selecting a package that is located in a network share. And to double check, I will click here and I can see that the location for this window is in my file server. So everything is fine. So I will select the package, select advanced and click OK. Then I will go to my deployment tab, and here for installation user interface options, I will select basic because I don't want to allow for the users to select anything during the software installation. And then I will click OK. And once again, we're done creating our policy. So I will close this window, select it here, go to details, and for GPO status, this time I will select computer configuration settings disabled because this time the policy only has user settings in it. And this time when assigning this group policy, we need to assign it to an organization unit that is holding our users. In my case, it's domain users here. So to assign it, I will select the policy and then drag and drop it on the organization unit. And as you can see, it appeared here and also here. And it is the only group policy that I have assigned for this organization unit. And now to test this group policy, I will go to another client machine, client 02 that I have here. And here I have this desktop shortcut right here that allows us to install the software from the network, but currently the software list is empty. So to fill the list, we need to update our group policy, and for that I will go to Start menu, type in CMD, and I will launch it without administrative privileges. And once again, I will type gp update. And as you can see, group policy update was successful. So now if I go back to my software installation screen, I will right click and click on refresh. And here we have PDFsam basic installation package. So I'll double click on it and it should start the installation. And it seems that the installation is successful. So I will click OK. Then I will try to go back to my desktop. And as you can see, we have PDFsam basic desktop icon right here. So I'll double click on it. And it also seems to be working just fine. In the future videos, I will show you how to deploy PDFsam using other software deployment tools. So like and subscribe if you want to see that, and see you in the next one.